What up, sports fans? Sports reporter Without Pay back in the building one more time. And we're doing our 2018-19 NBA season preview. This is part 2, where we're doing the Western Conference. So if you haven't seen my Eastern Conference preview, either go to the related videos, scroll through, but check out the Eastern Conference preview as well. If you're watching again, like it, comment, share it, and most importantly, subscribe. We're trying to grow this thing. So here we go. We're going to jump right into it. Again, this is strictly Western Conference. So our contenders, I say the Dubs, obviously, they the runaway favorites, right? The Rockets still have to be considered contenders, and maybe OKC. I'm not really sold on OKC, but I really think Melo leaving will be addition by subtraction for that team. If they can get Roberson back healthy on the court, they missed his defense a whole lot while he was gone. They can possibly be contenders. I don't see them beating Golden State or Houston, but they'll be one of the better teams in the West. Pretenders, Pelicans and the Lakers. Pelicans will be really good. I think they're going to miss Rondo a whole lot. Rondo out there on the court allowed Drew Holiday to play the 2 full-time. People don't realize how much that meant for that team, for Drew Holiday to really flourish in a role that he was meant to do in the first place. He's a 2-guard by nature. He's been playing out of position his whole career playing the point. I think they got Elfrid Payton in the offseason, but he's no Rajon Rondo. They'll make the playoffs, but I don't think they're going to take a step up from last year. Anthony Davis will have a monster year, but I think the Pelicans selling is probably second round. Los Angeles Lakers are another pretender. Like, yes, they got LeBron James. People go, he went to the finals 8 straight years. Hey, he's 3-8 against the West. 3-8 against the West. Now he's in the West. That means those teams that he's been going 3-8 against, he got to face them now. Before, like, I don't foresee the Lakers going to the finals. I don't see the Lakers making the Western Conference Finals. For me, a successful season for LA might be winning in the first round. They very well could make the playoffs and lose in the first round. The West is just that good. And people are calling them contenders because they have LeBron. No, they pretending. They're not contenders. If I'm looking at the West overall playoff teams, it would be the 5 I named so far. The Dubs, the Rockets, OKC, LA, Pelicans. I would round it out with Denver, Minnesota, and the Spurs. The Spurs are going to be way better than people think. People fail to realize they was a 6 seed last year without Kawhi playing the whole year. You add DeMar DeRozan. People forget this guy been a perennial all-star. This guy put up 28 points a game just 2 seasons ago. Going to get to play for one of the top coaches ever to play the game. He's never had a Greg Popovich to play for. So I think DeRozan's going to have a really huge season. San Antonio might sneak into that 4 or 5 range and shock some people. And again, like I said, I got Minnesota and Denver rounding it out. I got Portland missing the playoffs. As far as teams that made it, a lot of people talking about Memphis. I don't see it. Sacramento bottom feeders, Phoenix bottom feeders, and Dallas bottom feeders. Although Dallas is going to be extremely fun to watch, man. Dennis Smith and Doncic, those guys are going to be fun to watch. Western Conference Finals, I got the Dubs over the Rockets again. CP3 just won't get to the finals. It's just not going to happen. Not this year, he won't. Conference MVP, I got Steph Curry. I said last night, and I'm doing this a day late. This is the second. I'm doing this video as we're on. It's Wednesday, which means Golden State played last night. And I said before the game prediction, Steph going to have a oh y'all forgot game and drop like 40. And it looked like he was on his way. I really believe this is going to be one of those, oh, y'all must have forgot seasons. You know, people really act like, you know, KD this and KD that. And KD is a phenomenal player. I think him and Steph are both compiling top 10 type resumes. But people forget Steph Curry was a unanimous MVP before Kevin Durant came. I think this is going to be his, oh, y'all forgot season. And Steph Curry about to really show everybody, you know, what made him the first ever unanimous MVP. I got him as the conference MVP. Conference most improved player, Jokic. If you didn't watch Denver a lot, man, this kid is special. He's going to be one of the premier bigs in the league, and a league filled with them, right? But I expect a big year from Jokic. I'm thinking somewhere around like 21, 11, and maybe 5. That kid is really good. If you haven't watched Jokic, I tune into Denver on League Pass. I got him as the most improved player in the West. He may take that step into being an all-star this year. Conference Rookie of the Year, Ayton, simply because he'll have the opportunities. Him and Booker and Jackson, Phoenix look like they got some young studs to build around. I'm not really sold on Ayton like a lot of other people. I just think he'll be the best rookie in the conference. Conference Coach of the Year, I'm looking at Billy Donovan. If he can finally implement some kind of offense there in OKC, they may can win somewhere 55, maybe 55 games. But again, that's more going. I think that a lot of that's going to be on Russ. But if they can win a lot of games, he'll get a lot of credit for, you know, that team improving the way they have, which I think they're going to improve anyway by losing Melo and Roberson coming back. But Donovan will get a lot of that credit. Biggest surprise, I talked about it already. DeMar DeRozan, I think he's a lot of people acting like San Antonio lost in this deal. They let go of a guy who played 9 games last year and picked up a guy who's a perennial all-star and a flat-out scorer. This guy can fill it up. DeRozan, and he got a point to prove. He's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder. So I expect big things from him. Biggest disappointment, I'm looking at Utah. Last year, they make the playoffs. I mean, everything from 3 to 8 in the West was really crowded. They wound up getting a 5 seed, I think, 4 or 5. They had OKC in the 4 or 5 matchup, and they beat them. You know, nobody expected them to beat them. Donovan Mitchell's rookie of the year, Gobert's defensive player of the year. I mean, they didn't get better in the offseason, though. And a lot of teams in the West got better. LeBron came over, so you add LA into the mix. And I think out of the 8 playoff teams, I think Utah is going to be the one to fall out. A lot of people are calling them maybe a 3 or 4 seed and Western Conference final. No, I think they're not going to make the playoffs, actually. Team with the most approved, Lakers. I mean, you get LeBron James. He's LeBron James. With that comes pressure. With that comes expectations. Like anything less than Western Conference finals is a disappointing season for a LeBron James team. But I think all the pieces they brought in, you know, when's the last time LeBron James didn't have a bona fide all-star playing next to him? 2009? Was it? 2010. Went to Miami in 2011. He's had all-stars with him ever since then. There's no second guy in LA. I mean, you got Ingram and Kuzma, who are, by all accounts, are very good players, but there's no second star in LA. So I think the Lakers, they in for a long season. I don't think they're like, I mean, people are thinking I don't see it with LA. But prove me wrong. Player with the most approved, I got Melo, man. I mean, he kind of getting a bad rap now. People think he's washed up. The guy can still play. So now he's in a situation where he should thrive in this offense. He can prove a lot of his naysayers wrong if he goes over there to Houston and first and foremost fits in. Fit in with what they do over there. He looked good in preseason. I think he still got a lot left in the tank. So Melo can prove a lot of people wrong this season. My bold prediction for the West, I think Portland starts off really slow and they break it up. CJ McCollum got to go. Or Dame has to go. Dame has more clout in the franchise. He's been there longer. The fans have an affinity to him. He is the face of the franchise. So I don't see them trading him in his contract. Him and CJ are essentially the same player. So one of them got to go. One of them just has to go, and I think that happens by mid-season. So that's my bold prediction for the West. So there it is. There's my Western Conference preseason predictions. If you haven't, again, check out the Eastern Conference, and there's going to also be a full NBA preview coming up. Be looking for that. Thank y'all for watching. Again, like it, comment, share it, subscribe it. Appreciate y'all.